Good morning, student. In this video, I shall discuss about the asexual reproduction in lower organisms. As we have already discussed about the asexual reproduction, what is this asexual reproduction? What are the general characteristics of the asexual reproduction? Normally, this asexual reproduction occurs in the lower organisms. That is why, first of all, we shall discuss about this process. How does it occur? Normally, the major characteristic one parent is involved, as we have already discussed, and normally the gametes are not formed there. And thirdly, the whatever offspring are produced, they are morphologically and genetically similar to their parents. So that is why sometimes they are called the clones of their parents. And no meiosis occurs. That is why reductional division does not occur. So that is why mitosis is the only process of cell division which involved in this process. Now next one, the whatever offspring which are produced here, sometimes they are not actually offspring but they are part of their body. Sometimes it is divided into 2 or 3 parts and they form the new organism. So these are the different characteristics of the asexual mode of reproduction. Now, first of all, we shall discuss about the different modes which occur in the lower organisms. And first and most simplest type of asexual reproduction, that is called binary fission. And this binary fission, it occurs in the lower organism, mostly in the unicellular organisms. And these unicellular organisms, they reproduce or produce their offspring by this method. And a common example of this process, that is called amoeba. And this amoeba, during favorable conditions, normally during favorable environmental conditions, the amoeba reproduce by this method. Now, what is this method and how the new offspring are produced by this method? Suppose this is the structure of amoeba. This is the small amoeba. Now, this amoeba normally elongates in their shape and the nucleus normally starts in the process of division. And this elongated nucleus now gradually it divides into 2 different nuclei, and the mother amoeba it now divides into 2 daughter amoeba by forming the furrow. So that is why here one amoeba is formed here and another amoeba is formed here. So this process of formation of 2 daughter amoeba, these are the daughter amoeba, and these 2 daughter amoeba are formed from one mother amoeba. So this process of formation of 2 daughter cells or 2 daughter amoeba from one mother amoeba, that is called the binary fission. And this process occurs also in paramecium and so many other organisms. But this is the most common method by which the new organisms are formed. And this process is not like the mitosis, but this process is called amitosis because it does not follow the prophase, metaphase, anaphase like these sequences. So this process is called a mitosis process by which 2 daughter cells are formed from one mother cell. Now second, another important process of asexual reproduction which occurs in the unicellular organism, that is called multiple fission. And this multiple fission, it also occurs in same amoeba but during unfavorable environmental conditions. So this process also occurs in the unicellular organisms and mostly in amoeba, and the common example, that is your amoeba during unfavorable conditions. During unfavorable conditions. And during these unfavorable conditions, normally amoeba reproduced by the process of multiple fission. And another example, that is your paramecium. And this paramecium also reproduced by this method. Now, what is this method and how does it occur? So during unfavorable conditions, what happens? Now amoeba form a cyst or outer covering around it. Suppose this is the nucleus of amoeba and around this nucleus is the cytoplasm, and inside the cytoplasm all the organelles are present. So it forms a cyst, and this is an outer covering to protect the inner living content during unfavorable condition. So during unfavorable condition, it forms a outer cyst, and after that the nucleus which is present inside it. Suppose the nucleus is present here. Now this nucleus divided into smaller fragments. There are number of fragments which are formed, and after that each nucleus is now surrounded by little cytoplasm. In the next phase, suppose this is the cyst, and each nucleus is now surrounded by little cytoplasm. Now these are the different little amoeba or amoebula which are called. Now these are formed here, and after that, when the conditions are favorable, then at the time what happens? The cyst now breaks. Now when the cyst breaks, automatically whatever amoeba or small amoebula which are formed here, they are released to the environment. They are brushed and released to the environment, and these are nothing but your small daughter amoeba, and later on they develop into the new amoeba. So this process of formation of new amoeba during unfavorable environmental condition, this process is called multiple fission. There are many number of small amoeba are formed from one amoeba. So that is why this process is called your multiple fission. After the multiple fission, now another important process which occurs in the lower organisms, that is called your budding. The third one, that is your budding. Now what is this budding and how does it occur in the lower organisms? The most common example for budding, that is your yeast. Yeast is a common unicellular fungus. The third one, that is called budding. And this budding process which occurs most commonly, that is in yeast. So yeast is an unicellular fungus, and this yeast which is a very small spherical in shape, and small nucleus is there, and the most important process, that is the fermentation which occurs by the yeast. So that is why whenever this yeast ready to divide, a small outgrowth appears in the body, a small outgrowth appears in the body of this organism, and this small outgrowth, it is called your bud. This small outgrowth is called a bud, and this small bud gradually grows in size or develop in size, and it detaches from the mother cell to produce the new organism. And that process of formation of the new organism from the mother organism, that is called budding. Now what happens here? Suppose this is the yeast cell. Now the small outgrowth appears here in the yeast cell. Now gradually this small outgrowth grow in size, and the nucleus which was there, it is now gradually elongates, and this elongation gradually moves towards this bud. And what happens here? Suppose this is the bud. Now one nucleus remains here and another nucleus remains here. Now this is the bud and this is the mother cell, or this is the mother yeast. Now when it grows in size, now it is detached from the mother yeast. Suppose this is the mother yeast. Now it is detached from here, and when it detached from here, now it develops into a new cell. This is the new, it is the daughter yeast. But sometimes what happens? This daughter yeast never detached from the mother's body, and suppose it is here and it remains in such a condition that it will again form another bud. This is another bud, and nucleus divides here and the parent nucleus is here, and sometimes form another bud. So in this way, number of buds are formed here. So this is called the chain of buds, and the number of buds are formed, and they form a colony. Bacterial, it's the yeast colony is formed. It is called yeast colony. So this process is called budding. And now another important process which occurs in the lower organisms, that is your spore formation. And this spore formation is the common phenomenon in case of yeast. In case of fungus particularly, and that is called your fourth one. This is your spore formation. And how this spore formation occur in the different fungus. So normally this penicillium, and this penicillium, it is a fungus which normally produce the conidia. These are the spores from the sporangium. And another example, that is here, this is one example. Another example, that is your Chlamydomonas. Of course, it is an algae. The Chlamydomonas, and this Chlamydomonas, they produce the zoospores. Zoospores. And in case of penicillium, normally suppose the structure of the penicillium, these are the conidia which are formed here, and normally in the tree portion they form the conidia. Here it is called sporangium, and this conidiophore is there, and from the conidiophore the conidia are formed. And these conidia are normally detached from the mother body, and they develop into new penicillium. Now, in case of Chlamydomonas, what happens? Suppose this is the structure of the Chlamydomonas. There are two flagella are there, and in this Chlamydomonas, there are small zoospores are formed, and these spores normally released from the mother's body, and they are normally formed by the process that is called your spore formation. So these spores are now later on developed into the new Chlamydomonas. So this process of formation of new Chlamydomonas from the mother Chlamydomonas, this is called spore formation. Now another important process which occurs in the lower plants, or in case of some algae like Spirogyra, that is called your fragmentation, and later on it regenerates into the new organism. So that is your fragmentation. Now what is this fragmentation and how does it occur in case of lower organisms? And this fragmentation process, it occurs in the Spirogyra. Spirogyra, it is a common algae which is normally grow in the ponds. That is why it is commonly called the pond scum. So these are very small filaments which are normally present in the water bodies like your fresh water in ponds. Now this Spirogyra, suppose it is the microscopic view, and these are the different cells which are normally present in the Spirogyra. And when the Spirogyra matures, it normally splits into two parts. And suppose this is one part, and this is one filament or one fragment of the mother, and this is another fragment. So two fragments are normally formed here. So the process by which the two daughter fragment is formed, that process is called fragmentation, and they normally develop into the new Spirogyra. And this is the old Spirogyra or mother Spirogyra. So when the Spirogyra matures, it normally splits into two filaments, and each filament now leads an independent life. So that process is called fragmentation, and gradually they regenerate. That is why fragmentation and regeneration both are part of this process. So these are the important asexual reproduction which normally occurs in the lower organism. Now, after this, we shall discuss about the other processes or other methods which are adopted by this asexual process in case of animals and other higher plants. Now, I hope this video is useful for you, and if it is useful for you, then please like it and subscribe for the further videos. Thank you very much.